I feel I needed to come here with a rubber mask because I need that motion of taking the mask out off. Here comes the cat lady. Yes, I am a cat lady. I have never ever owned a dog. So look. Okay. So I am a cat lady. I am the daughter of a cat lady. I am the sister of a cat lady. I am the granddaughter of a cat lady. And my dad is a cat. My dad was a crazy cat lady. We're all cats. Basically, always.
And the spouse.
So always had cats in my life. From Ronnie, who slept in the crib with me, to now we'll talk a little bit about. In 2001, I did something very sacrilegious in the crazy cat lady world. Even more so because I'm also a lesbian crazy cat lady. I fell in love with a wonderful, sweet Puerto Rican lesbian butch woman who was afraid of cats. Not allergic. I could deal with allergies. That's why God invented shots. But afraid of cats and was not budging 1 inch on the possibility of ever owning a cat. Very unusual for lesbians because I thought that came with, you come out of the closet and you get a Subaru, a U-Haul, and a cat. I kind of thought that's how it went. And we did have a Subaru. We had a Subaru, and no, we did not U-Haul it. We waited 2 whole years before we actually moved it together. And so then all that was left was a cat. And I would ask her, why are you afraid of cats? Well, they're silent steppers. You don't know where they are. And I'm like, and why is this a negative? You rather have a dog or some other animal that you be hopping all over the floor? And then they're traitorous. Really traitorous. Like they all act nice on you, and then you pet them, and then all of a sudden they're biting you. And I'm like, again, why is this a negative? Because they have boundaries? Why are boundaries negative? So this was pretty much the rated G portion of our argument about whether or not we would ever get a cat. Back and forth. We try to expose to the cats whenever with friends and everything like that. And the cats, of course, one thing cats always do is they always gravitate to the person who doesn't like cats. So every time we went to somebody's house, then we had a cat, and basically we'd be like, hi. And basically this would be Maribel. Oh my God, there's a cat on my lap, there's a cat on my lap, there's a cat on my lap. What do I do? There's a cat on my lap. And I'm like, pet it. What if it bites me? Then don't pet it. I'm like, and so that was pretty much her for about 7 years. What she did have as pets were lovebirds. She had lovebirds, which I'm one of those crazy cat ladies that I don't call birds pets. I call them cat food. The only reason I ever had an aquarium once was to basically give my cat a sushi bar. She had lovebirds. She had 2 lovebirds, Desi and Lucy. Baby boomer. What can I say? Baby boomer, Desi and Lucy. They were not hand raised, so they didn't like to be touched. The most they will do was come out of the cage, hop around, fly around a little bit, and then go back in and be like, okay, we're good. And I'm like, why is this a pet? Why is this a pet? And so then finally I wore her down enough to think about having a cat after Lucy and Desi go on to the big bird cage in the sky. And the years passed, and by 2008, the birds had finally gone to the big bird cage in the sky. And then I started playing with her. Oh, look at this rescue site. Or look at this rescue site. And look at this rescue site. And she was just dead set, like, nope, I'm not ready yet. And then I was like, you know what? The cat distribution system will always be on my side. It'll just happen. At this time, Maribel has a childhood friend named Josie. They've known each other since they were 14 years old. Both of them Puerto Rican butchers from the South, who grew up in the South Bronx, where the South Bronx was way less gentrified gentrified than it is now. We're talking the Bronx is burning for all those native New Yorkers out there. Josie was one of those strong Project Puerto Rican women that you could not help but tell that they had lived through it all. She had stories. I wish she was here, she'd probably tell a couple. And she had actually jumped on the cat bandwagon. She had a cat named Flo. She had a cat named Flo, and even Maribel was like, oh my God, I even lost Josie to the cats. And I'm like, of course, they're named Josie. Of course we're gonna get Josie's gonna have a pussycat. Again, Gen X joke. Gen Xers? There you go. Gen X. So, but one thing Josie did not have was a lot of time. As I said, she was a Puerto Rican survivor of many things that happened in the 70s, but she did survive with HIV. And Josie got sicker and weaker, and sooner or later she had to leave home and she had to go to hospice. And then on July 13, 2008, Josie went home. And it was a really hard time for Maribel. But one thing, during the times of the funeral, the wake, and the ceremony at the crematorium, Maribel had found out that Flo, Josie's cat, had been escorted off the premises by one of Josie's kids. You know, people who don't make the best decisions when they're grieving, and was missing. And so they were actually going back to Josie's apartment after the cremation ceremony, and they heard a meow from underneath the car. And one of Josie's kids and Maribel looked under the car, and there was Flo, Josie's cat, a little thinner, a little dirty, but obviously had heard Josie's daughter's voice and recognized it as somebody she knew and came out. I was at work, I couldn't get out of work for the cremation ceremony, so Maribel called me and she was like, we found Flo. He's under the car. He's under the car. And Flo was named Flo even though he's a boy because things about cats, sometimes their gonads don't tend to come out. So he didn't come out until after he was named Flo and he responded to that. And then we found out, the wrong gonads came out. Yeah, did you know that cats are genderqueer? Again, that's why they are lesbian pets. So Maribel told me, so what do I do? And I'm like, you get a box, you stick holes in it, you stick cat in it, you go home. And even though she was terrified of cats, but she loved her friend Josie more than her fear. So they got the cat Flo in the thing, and I think after that time, that took me 7 years, but I finally got Maribel to be the lesbian crazy cat lady. And so Flo, she stayed with us until November 19th, 2019, when Flo joined I'm assuming is right now upstairs chasing Debbie and Lucy around. And I hope he's having a great time with it. Thanks.